inside Staples Center to begin our post-game coverage.
Tough game for either team to lose. I thought both teams played terrific. I thought both teams played hard, and I think it goes to show you that you can have an 83-79 game and it'd be a great game because both teams played great defense. And you could see that. It was tough getting shots. I thought the lack of size at the end of the day was the difference in the game. I thought our guys battled down there, but 23-8, you know, an offensive rebounds, and then the 37-17 discrepancy in free throws, that makes it almost impossible to overcome. But I told my guys after the game I couldn't be more prouder than a group than I've ever been around. You know, we're not going to be the same team next year. Guys are going to, you know, not be there, and so that was tough for me. But again, I was just proud.
First question here on the left.
Doc, as the game was unfolding, did you kind of think, hey, this is the kind of game in a Game 7 on the road we want? You kind of mucked it up a little bit.
Yeah, we liked the game. I mean, we liked the game plan going in. We got Rondo in the break. We knew with Rashid and Kevin on the floor that we would get more at the basket attacks because of the spacing on the floor. I thought a couple things hurt us, Adrian. When Rashid started getting the cramps, that was a killer for us because they attacked our lack of size after that. And then it forced me to extend Kevin's minutes, which I know is not good, you know, because once he goes over that number, it's tough for him to come back. And so I thought that hurt us. But it was exactly the type of game that we wanted. I thought there were a couple big plays. Fisher's three, I thought, was the biggest single shot of the game. And then Kobe's, you know, the three-point foul. I thought those were the two big plays. I thought they were close. You know, we always talk about letting go in a rope. You know, neither team did, but they were close, and those two shots bailed them out.
When Kobe wasn't shooting well for most of the game, were you still expecting at some point here he's going to find a way to impact?
Yeah, clearly. And, you know, he didn't have to. Our test was unbelievable. The 3 tests made, you know, you think about some of the shots they made. Late clock, 3 by our test, Fisher, rainbow over Rondo, and then, again, the foul call on Ray. Oh, that's 9 points. You know, they scored 30 points in the fourth quarter. And, you know, for us, a defensive group, that's the toughest part to swallow, that we gave up 30 points. I mean, we scored 22, but we gave up 30.
John?
Doc, I was wondering if you could describe one offensive rebound in particular in that last minute when Powell got the rebound, and it looked like he got caught with Rondo on him, and you guys were trying to get the matchups right at the start of possession.
We were trying to trap, and, you know, we got caught. You know, I don't know. I thought Rondo boxed him out. He went over his back, but they're not going to call that with the size advantage. So, you know, Kobe makes you trap, and it's what we don't really want to do because of the mismatches. Yeah, it was a big rebound.
Willie
May, WBGC Radio. Doc, talk about when you guys just basically couldn't score at all, and they went on that run that they got.
Yeah, I thought we stopped playing a little bit. You know, I thought we had great motion and movement throughout the game, and then that one stretch we stopped. You know, and it hurt us because they were scoring. And one of the things I was trying to get our group to understand is we can go on scoring droughts, but they can't go on scoring, and they can't score. The problem was we went on that drought and they scored.
On the right, Bill.
Bill Doyle, Worcester Telegram. Doc, does part of you wonder what might have been on a rebounding battle if you had Perk?
Yeah, but, you know, he wasn't there. So, yeah, for sure.
Do you think, you know, just if he was in there, that would have changed that a lot?
I can't say, Bill. I know, you know, and I told our guys this, the starting lineup still hasn't lost. You know, it was a shame we didn't have that starting lineup tonight. But I told them, you're still yet to have a true chance to defend your title because, you know, Perk wasn't there. But listen, give the Lakers credit. They were terrific. I am. We just lost a Game 7, so, and with a terrific group. I mean, this group, they were awesome.
Rachel?
Doc, you just said we're not going to be the same team next year. What is it like to reflect on that, considering the ride you've been on with these guys over the last 3 years, pretty much the same group?
Yeah, it's tough. You know, Rachel, I can't reflect on it right now. You know, probably in a week or so. I'm going to go hide somewhere for a while, you know. But, you know, it was the craziest, most emotional group I've ever coached in my life. You know, I told them, you know, they made me reach to places that I never thought I needed to go or had to go. But through it all, you know, we were the tightest, most emotional, crazy group that I've ever been with in my life. So, you know, that's what makes it tough.
Some guys might not be around next year. What are you thinking about you for next year? Because you've talked about it at points throughout the season.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to wait. You know, I'm going to go and watch, you know, my kids play AAU basketball, and I'm going to wait for a little bit.
Julian on the right.
Julian Bimbo, Boston Globe. When you just look at the entire season, the adversity from training camp to yesterday to now, just describe, I guess, what you guys went through, and then what is the emotion level in the locker room right now? It can't be.
Well, it's a lot of crying in our locker room. A lot of people who care. I don't think it was a dry eye. You know, a lot of hugs. You know, a lot of people feeling awful. That's a good thing. You know, that means everybody cared. I just can't stress enough how crazy close this team was. You know, and that would be the word, crazy close. I mean, they're the type of group that they could scream at each other, but no one pick on any of them. You know, and that's a special group.
Can you just talk